Absolute beast. Let's talk. So last year I did a full review of the Lib Tech Golden Orca, but I never actually got to ride it in powder. So I wanted to make a video specifically about the Golden Orca's powder performance. If you want to check out a review where I go a little bit more in details about the spec and the tech and all that, I'll link that video here as well as down in the description below. In this video, I just wanted to make a quick video commenting on its powder performance. In Utah, first day of powder, 20-inch powder dump. Absolutely just insane, craziest wild powder conditions I've ever gotten to ride. I was so pumped. Before I talk about this board's performance, I will say the Utah locals were saying that was the hardest powder to ride of the season. It was basically kind of like wet cement. So it was a little bit harder and thicker. It was a slower powder, harder to turn. It took a lot of muscle to ride. All the locals I rode with on the chairlift said that was the hardest day they've had all season to ride. So I don't want any of that to take away from this board's performance, that it was a slightly tougher powder to ride than, you know, the light, fluffy, airy powder that Utah is known for. So in powder, how does the Golden Orca ride? Honestly, it is an absolute hard charging beast. I feel like as my skill level continues to progress, this board is gonna become more and more fun in those conditions, and I hope I have tons more days in powder where I get to ride this board. It is a tank. Chatter, bumps, moguls, vibrations, anything like that, this board just plows through it all, absorbs it all, and you don't really feel any of it in your legs. It just absorbs and blows through everything. And it gives you so much confidence, like going off of drops, jumps, all those kinds of features. This thing just takes it with stride. It just effortless. I rode up on a drop. At the time, it was the biggest drop I've ever hit. It was like 6 feet, rode up on it on accident, didn't realize it was a drop, went off it with no speed, and this whale tail sucks the landing.
No speed.
Like a beast. Stuck the landing and rode away first try. Absolutely awesome. I definitely think if you're riding like alpine, wide open terrain, this would be my board of choice. I think where it was a little harder to ride, and again, this could just be because of that thicker snow, was in the trees. It didn't feel like the most nimble or agile board. It wasn't as like quick edge to edge, but it still was doable. You just had to be a little more choosy and kind of know the terrain a little bit better. Like as we re-rode some of those same lines, I was able to do it a little bit cleaner, but it doesn't make those quick, fast, tight turns as effortless as some other boards do. But wide open, if you're hard charging, carrying speed, and just free riding, living the dream, this board is an insanely good time. It gives so much confidence, and it just makes you want to push your riding that much further. One other con that I did notice in powder is it does require a little bit more weight on the back foot than some other boards. So I did get a little bit of leg burn, but again, I was riding some just thick, mashed potato-y cement pal, so that might not always be the case, but just something to consider. Might take a little bit more leg effort than some other powder boards out there. Hands down, favorite board for going off of jumps, drops, just big mountain terrain. This board's gonna do it. I also did, not a whole lot, but there were a couple times where I did find myself riding switch, and I will say this board in the powder, I was able to ride switch a little bit as well. So if you're somebody looking for a board that's gonna ride great, all mountain conditions, as well as go into powder, the Golden Orca is gonna do really well for you. If you're looking for more of a free ride oriented board, this thing is an absolute tank and a monster. It's just gonna plow through everything, and it will help you elevate your riding. I several times was carrying way more speed, and I just was like, I went to the back foot, let the board do the work, and it just danced beneath me so effortlessly. So really enjoyed this one in the POW. Hope to get it in some more really soon. If you have any questions about the Golden Orca, or you're looking or thinking about getting it, hit me up in the comments below. I'll do my best to help you out. Like I said, I also did do a full review talking more about all the tech that is in this board. So if you're interested in that, I'll put that down there as well. This one, I just want to talk about its powder performance. Really enjoyed this one. I hope I get to take it to some bigger terrain next season too. We're talking about going to Alaska. This will be board of choice for that, hands down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Alex from Boards, Bikes, and Hikes. See you in the next one soon.
I've been hit.